Avengers Doomsday is just months away, so it's time we take a second to restart the MCU and re rank Phase 1. Kicking off our list is going to be one of the only movies in the MCU I don't think is particularly good, and that is Thor. Oh, why is the camera like that? Let me fix that real quick. My apologies, guys. So sorry for that. There we go. Perfect. And that's all it would have taken. That's all it would have taken for Thor to not be shot at a weird tilted angle for the entire film. Why they decided to do that, I don't know. It's a horrible decision, and I could not explain to you why they thought that was a good idea. It wasn't. If you're laying in bed at a 90-degree angle, you're just watching the movie, and the entire movie is tilted, it makes it so hard to focus on anything because you were already expecting it to be 90 degrees. And now it's even more tilted because they decided to shoot the movie that way for no reason at all. I don't understand. I will never understand that. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. It's annoying. It really is. And honestly, I just don't know why they did it. It's not my only complaint with the movie. Another complaint I have with Thor is we're 4 movies into the franchise and we finally get a movie that isn't on Earth. And then they immediately retcon that in the first 35 minutes and put Thor on Earth. Why? Why did we do that? Why did we do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm not saying there's not good stuff in this movie. There is a couple of good things that happen in this movie. I think the fighting on Jotunheim is great. I love that scene. It's fantastic. Even though it's like dark and I don't love dark fighting, they do it really well. And it's intentionally dark. It's not dark just because they didn't want to use CGI. It's dark because that's how Jotunheim is. It needs that like dark tones because Jotunheim has been put into like the dark ages because they lost their power source, their source of power. That's why Jotunheim is so dark. And that's why I'm super okay with the fight being dark. Another thing I really liked about this movie is when Thor goes to retrieve his hammer in the crater and fights off all the shield agents. That scene is fantastic. I love the Barton banter during that scene. Just watching Thor kick ass. It's awesome. Those are the great parts of the movie. I don't love that it's on Earth for most of the movie. The final battle is whatever. I don't love the Destroyer as a character, I guess, if that's what you want to call him. Loki is a great character in this movie and is a great villain. The movie just overall is not my favorite. It is one of the only movies in the MCU I consider not good. It's not horrible, but it's definitely, every time I rewatch it, it's less and less liked by me personally. And that's why it comes in last place for Phase 1. Coming in at number 5, we have The Incredible Hulk, Edward Norton's Hulk, which I really like. I think that it's quite a big gap between Thor and The Incredible Hulk, which a lot of people don't like this movie, and I really don't understand that. I think it's good. I do like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, but I really liked Edward Norton's Hulk. I think he did a great job. I think that Betty Ross and Banner's relationship in this movie is really good. And I'm kind of sad that we've never seen Betty Ross in the MCU again. I think Liv Tyler did a great job. And I feel like since they got rid of Norton, that's why they got rid of Liv Tyler. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure. But I liked Liv Tyler. I liked Edward Norton. But I like Mark Ruffalo. I love Mark Ruffalo. But overall, this movie is great. I think the action at the school, specifically the school scene, is fantastic. When they're hunting down Hulk, I think this is one of the best times, like in terms of like how the Hulk has looked doing the action. It's probably the best. One of the best that we've gotten in the MCU for sure was the original outing. I think the story is pretty good. I liked Dr. Stearns. I thought Dr. Blue, Dr. Green, I thought they had a great chemistry even though they weren't on the screen very much with Banner. I loved that. I think Tim Roth was fantastic in this movie. I'm glad they eventually brought him back in She-Hulk. I just watched She-Hulk the other day for the first time, and I'm so glad he was back. I think that he did a great job in She-Hulk, and I think he did a great job originally in the 2008 The Incredible Hulk. Overall, there's not anything I super dislike about this movie. I think it's a well-rounded film. I think the fight scene between Hulk and the Abomination in New York City was awesome. I think this movie has good heart to it. It's a good movie. I don't see all of the complaints with it. I think people just saw Iron Man came out first. Iron Man was a absolute fantastic movie. And they didn't even give this movie a chance, I feel like. They said Mark Ruffalo is my Hulk. Edward Norton can never be my Hulk. And they didn't give it a chance. And that's a darn shame. Coming in at number 4 is Iron Man 2. I think this is a good movie. I know people have complaints with this movie. They think that there's too little action and there's too many plot points. I really don't think that's that big of an issue, either of those things, for this movie. I think that the action we get is very good. I think that the racetrack scene is awesome. It brings one of my favorite suits, the suitcase suit. The suitcase scene, when he steps into the suitcase finally, that is an awesome scene. I love everything that happens at the racetrack. I think Ivan Vanko does a good job as Whiplash. I know he doesn't get the screen time he probably deserves, but he does really good with what he's given. And I think Justin Hammer is a fun individual to have in the movie. I don't think he is like the craziest villain that we've ever had. And I don't even know if I consider him the villain, but he obviously has villainous intents, and I love having him. The courtroom scene, Tony versus Justin Hammer, is awesome. I think that is fantastic. I think Don Cheadle's first outing as Rhodey is great. I think the house scene, the house party scene where Rhodey and Tony fight in the 2 Iron Man suits, fantastic. I love that scene. One of my favorite scenes in the movie. And then the final battle is really good. I don't have any complaints about the final battle. I really enjoy the Black Widow part of it, where Happy and Black Widow go to find Ivan, and Happy's fighting one guy, and he's like, I got him, finally. And he looks, and Black Widow's taking everyone else out. And it just displays how much of a badass she is. And I think that's a great scene. And honestly, the movie overall is just good. It's a good movie. It's a fun time. I don't have the problems that other people have with this one. Kicking off our top 3 is Captain America: The First Avenger. I think this is a great origin story. I think Steve Rogers is a fantastic character. He really has grown on me the more I've rewatched the MCU as a whole. And this movie grows on me the more I watch it. I love the World War II setting. I think that is a fantastic place for this to take place. I like that it's different from the other MCU movies. It feels more grounded because of the 40s setting. I think that Steve Rogers and Bucky Barnes' relationship, their friendship, is fantastic. It's the heart of the movie. And I love that. I love Steve Rogers and Peggy's relationship. I think that is a great part of this movie. And I think it's just fun to watch Cap kick ass towards the end of the movie where he's saving all of his friends and then he's taking down all of the Hydra bases. I think the Red Skull is a good villain. I love Zola. Zola's a great villain. Sidekick, whatever you want to call him. He's great. I don't have any complaints with this movie. I think it's just a great origin story, and I think they did it really well. Coming in at number 2, we have The Avengers. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's Iron Man 1. I absolutely love this movie. I think it's fantastic. I think Jon Favreau kills it with this movie. I think that Robert Downey Jr. does a fantastic job playing Tony Stark. I think it's one of the best castings we get in general, not in the MCU, just in general, a perfect casting. I clearly love this movie so much. I think that starting with Back in Black by AC/DC at the beginning is awesome. It's so peak. This movie is so good. The cave scene where Tony builds Mark 1 is awesome. I absolutely love it. Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps. Obadiah Stane is a great villain. I don't love that he just makes a suit and fights with Tony's same power set. It's a problem that superhero movies have, but it's a great suit and it's a great fight and I love it. And I think that Pepper Potts and Tony have a great relationship throughout this movie. I like how their relationship grows. I think Happy is a fantastic character in this movie. I love having Phil Coulson in this movie. There's not a whole lot about this movie that I dislike. I think Mark II is one of my favorite suits in the entire MCU, or in the entire like Iron Man trilogy. I think it's a great suit and I wish he used it more than just in Iron Man 1. But yeah, I absolutely love this movie. I think it is a fantastic movie and that's why it comes in at number 2. But in our number 1 spot, we obviously have the first Avengers movie, the original. It's just a fantastic movie. It is a awesome payoff to have at the end of phase 1. I think that them developing all of the characters in this movie before this movie was a very smart choice. It made for us to just have a great movie with a ton of action, and it didn't have to give us a ton of exposition. It just got to get to the nitty gritty. We got a fantastic battle at the end. The Chitauri army, Loki, great villain, great army, great fun CGI fight at the end of the film. I loved seeing all of our characters on screen together for the first time. It's just so much fun. And it's really funny. I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff in this movie. Phil Coulson asking Steve Rogers to sign his Captain America trading cards is really funny. Tony has a ton of one-liners that are just hilarious in this movie.
No drink, you sure? I'm having one.
And man, this movie is so good. I think it's great that they included S.H.I.E.L.D. deciding New York was a lost cause and deciding to nuke New York. And Tony had to take that nuke straight through the wormhole. That was a great way to end that fight. And it was the only way they could win, pretty much. I mean, maybe we could have seen a different way, but it was a fantastic way to end the fight, and I think that that was awesome. I also loved that they killed Phil Coulson. As much as I love Clark Gregg as Phil Coulson, I think the death of Phil Coulson was a perfect canon event to really strap in the Avengers, lock them in, have them have the purpose they needed to take down the Chitauri. And overall, this movie's just great. I love this movie so much, and that is why it comes in at number 1. Well, that is my list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys disagree with me, drop your lists in the comments. I would love to compare and contrast, though my list is right, obviously. If you guys enjoyed this video, though, please do drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.